Thank you. At BadgerBOTS, we build kids by getting them to build robots. We let them squirm, flail, and even fail, but make sure they learn, have fun, and keep going. Now, I'm actually recycling this slide. This slide's from a talk that I gave last February, except there I had the benefit of being able to hand it off to, this is Egan and Adam, two 6th grade participants in our programs, and they were talking about their program, First Lego League. Now, it's really unusual to see someone affiliated with BadgerBOTS, a mentor, or me, the one staff member, speaking, and though it can be tough at times, we like to have the students speak for the programs. And I like the look on the mother's face down there. And so I do hope you'll speak to our participants. We were able to get a small group together tonight, and they're in the back with their robot. Now, back in 2004, as we heard before, super teacher Ben Sensen started the first Robotics Challenge high school team. They were called BadgerBOTS. And yes, my boss is a volunteer. He's a full-time science teacher at Memorial High School. But over the years, our programs have expanded, our offerings have grown, until just last year we rented this big, ugly building on Discovery Drive. We became a 501c3 corporation, until the point that we've become an education center. We are our own organization. We run after-school programs year-round, summer camps, and we've grown to the point now where we're in our awkward adolescent robot phase here. You know, it's true. We've kind of outgrown a lot of our modes. We're big. We're lanky. Our confidence is mixed. We've got our robot braces and our earrings. So while we run all of these programs, and while we've succeeded a lot to this point in growing, there are still so many stresses to now being this small business, this nonprofit in these tough times, and then making sure that the stresses of doing this still let us support our students who are themselves dealing with the stresses of failure. Now, this is from a new student, Mitchell. He started last week. He's in the 6th grade. I think of a lot of different things, like failed test or a failed project, when asked how he felt about failure. And obviously, it's not just in education. Also in business, we're talking about how, failing often, learning from failure. So it's not just us working with our kids, teaching them to learn from failure. But here we have this kind of hybrid situation. And I was wondering, as we grew this space, as we turned it into an education center, what does it mean to run a small business education center based on learning through failure, while you yourself are every day learning through failure? And so we find these things around the building. This was drawn by a 2nd grader, and so we do see their own attitudes towards it, and sometimes they're healthy attitudes. And I think this is it. But we have to figure out, are all these failures the same? What does it mean to learn through failure? And it's not to just take a nosedive. This is Superman, I'm going down. That is acid. Because I know that Superman doesn't wear a pince-nez, I'm confident those are safety glasses. We're very safe. We have safety glasses in the back. Now, this is a gift that a student gave to his mentor, his electronics mentor. He taught him about magic smoke. That's what makes electronics work, actually. And so if you mess up and you release the magic smoke, that's why they don't work anymore. So this is a backup supply of magic smoke. But we have these programs where kids have to let go. They're really exposed to the risks. They put work into it over many months, and they design their robots. These are 4th graders with their robot running their missions. And it's risky business. Now, this is one of our high school robots, and the designer, one of the designers and builders, Esther, she's in the back here. And you can see that they're really exposing themselves to a lot of risk. They're really letting go of the complete control of their creations. And I see every day these parallels. Now, this is our robot from last year for a big program, First Robotics Challenge. It looks a lot better than the last one, but this is actually this is video footage of it on the field. It didn't really, at its last qualifying match, it didn't quite move. In fact, it broke itself. And one of our students here, he had to stay late at night working in the pit. Ben here, working in the pit to fix the robot up. And it came out better. He said he wanted to keep going because he wanted to see it work. Now here's the thing. We have a mentor at BadgerBOTS who says if you're going to succeed, if you're going, pardon me, if you're going to fail, fail spectacularly. No, but he really means it. And we were talking about this. Did the robot, what happened is it hadn't been tested until the night before. You see it now being salvaged for parts for an outreach robot. But we talked about, did they fail spectacularly? And they even admitted, no, we actually failed half-heartedly. And while they're, no, and it's not easy. And so this is kind of my thank you slide, but it's not easy. So we're learning from our failures here, and even when we have the best attitudes, you know, it's still a difficult thing, and we have to make sure actually that we have that with our own trials, we still have the patience to help them through their own. So thank you.
Thank you.